Hey, how you guys doing? This is Heal Woman of God. Blessings. I want to talk about just a random chat. I was having conversation today with someone, a couple of people. I'm in a situation right now. I'm having some issues with my apartment. My air conditioner had been leaking on my floor over a year and a half, and I had been getting sick, coughing, running nose, spitting up cold, all kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm a woman of God. I don't want to take legal actions. Um, but then as time was going on over a year and a half, I started having to go to the hospital because of my breathing, and it was interacting with my COPD. And then, I was complaining to the management, what I'm saying, about my apartment. And constantly having this cold and everything. So constantly going to the doctor. And then finally my lung doctor had, he was like, every time you come here, it's like you congested, you take your medicine. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I think it's a mold in my apartment. But anyway, so he wrote a letter to the complex, and we had a discussion, and I was like, well, something needs to be done because I'm constantly sick. Um, I'm walking around here like I don't know how to clean my nose or whatever because I'm constantly doing this here. Then, it's been going on. But once my lung doctor had wrote a letter to the complex, they did come and fix my air conditioning unit, and they took the carpet in my hallway. But they never even, clean my carpet or anything, or on time. When every time my carpet would leak, flood, it was crazy because the only thing they would do would bring a fan and dry it. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. One day we didn't have a maintenance man for like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I got towels and stuff trying to, put on my rug, and it was smelly in here. But one day my daughter came and she was fixing the vacuum the room, my grandbaby's room. And she was like, this floor is wet. So that's where the smell came from. We realized that, then. But I've said something about it, and of course, nothing happened. So now I'm in the process of going a little step higher. I haven't prayed about it. But I said that to say this is. So I was on the phone talking to my sister in Christ because she had been praying for me to find me another apartment because where I'm at now, the owners say they have to deem it as an emergency. So even though I've been hospitalized several times, they don't see it's an emergency and they won't move me to another unit. So I'm dealing with it. And those that live in apartments, you know how expensive rent is now. And I was just telling her, I said, I don't make, through my disability or whatever, I don't get the amount that they're asking for, like a $1,200 for a 1 bedroom. And as we were talking or whatever, I was like, I trust God and I believe in God. He's gonna supply all my needs. And in the process, by the time I got to the third person I was talking to, repeating the same thing, something popped up in my mind, and it was like a spiritual language. And it made me sit here and think, like, how do you trust in God? How do you believe in God when you sitting up here worrying about how you gonna get the money to be able to move into another apartment? And that was crazy because knowing that we have to be still and know He is God, you know what I'm saying? And that was just something I want to talk about because include myself, hearing me doubting and not actually believing that God's gonna work it out for me. And you guys, maybe someone on here watching this video could be going through something that you're trying to handle on your own. instead of us going to God in prayer and asking him to fix the situation for us. And it was like, boom, like, whoa. I was sitting up here doubting. Because I know God can do all things through Christ. I know that. I have no doubt in my mind. And once we truly, truly believe in God and know that he will work the situation out for us not to be worried, you know what I'm saying, or doubting, having an ounce of doubt in our mind about what he can do. Because I know what he's done for me in my life. But I had a moment today thinking like, how was I? When it should have been, God will make a way for me. You know what I'm saying? So if you doubting yourself, and you got to go to God in prayer. And I just want to share that. Have no fear, because he is here and he will work it out for us. And I know he supply my needs, and I know he will make a way for me to get out this apartment, or they'll touch their hearts or whatever, have them coming here and bring some mold inspectors in here and see what's going on. But I just want to talk about this spiritual language, because I hear a lot of people saying they trust in God and they believe in God, and then you see them backdoor it and talk about, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to get this paid. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? When we take things on for ourselves and trying to fix it ourselves, all we're going to do is mess it up. So we have to trust in God. I just want to talk about that. All right, you guys, carry on.